Hi guys, hope you're well. Welcome to DOdaily, Tuesday training. It's Des here. Who's up for that City Slickers solidarity session? Definitely looking forward to it. Despite the fact we may have to approach it with a little more caution than normal. As you can see behind me, it's particularly icy and wet. Do you know, I was hoping the rain had come and washed all the snow away by now, but it's not quite happened. So, whilst of course I'm going to encourage you to get out and get active, I'm going to do it with caution and asking you to stay safe. That's the most important thing. Whilst I feel it's important to get some daily activity and some fresh air, it's far more important to stay well. Do you know, we don't want any accidents. I'm always talking about thinking of the bigger picture, and definitely today. So if you can't get involved, that's absolutely fine. If you can find a safe way of doing it, perhaps a workout indoors, getting a bit of a sweat on to one of these things online or on YouTube, you know, or even Joe Wicks, you know, that'd be a great way of doing it. It's about getting that adrenaline going, getting the endorphins going and feeling fantastic. And the reason we do it at 6:30 is to do it as part of a group. Of course, we can't meet in person. It's virtual, it's in solidarity, but it's the thought of doing something together. And if you kind of accept that and accept you're part of something, you know, you definitely will be. You know, it's easier to look in from the outside and go, well, I'm going to go out on my own, or I'm going to do this activity on my own, so it's not that important. But let yourself be inspired by other people. Let yourself enjoy what you're doing, you know. Maintain that feeling of being a part of something. And if you think it, there's no reason it can't happen. Do you know, we are what we believe sometimes, and that's important to remember, isn't it? And letting yourself sort of enjoy things is what I really want to talk about today. A couple of occasions over the last few days have made me really think about this, you know. And whilst we are living in an ever-changing world, and we're learning to accept different things and what people say and do and how people try and encourage us, it's just a few incidents over the last couple of days that really made me think. Do you know, on Sunday I was out for a walk. I mentioned it yesterday about people having socially distanced snowball fights with others that they probably don't even know. It seemed that way anyway. I was kind of going about my business and I didn't notice at first. I was taking pictures, doing what I do, and that's important because I was making the most of it. But I actually looked back and paid attention to what was going on, you know, and it made me smile. It was actually fantastic to see. I realised what a difference the downpour in the snow made. Seeing people out, like I say, keeping the distance, but really making the most of it. Laughing, joking, do you know, and we've not seen that enough, have we? Do you know, it picked me up, do you know, from the situation I was in, the news we'd received. Do you know, it put a smile on my face again. It gave me some sort of hope for the future that we can get back to some sort of normality as soon as we possibly can. And it was just absolutely fantastic to see. Since then, I've seen a lot of pictures, people like myself taking pictures of the snow, enjoying it, making the most of it. And just something as small as that, just getting us back to that sort of small sense of normality made such a difference. I can tell people are really struggling right now. To be honest, this lockdown seems a lot worse than the previous ones. Do you know, it seems to be going on now, and I totally appreciate it's tough. Whilst I'm always encouraging people to make the most of it and do these things that can get us through it and can get us through it a lot stronger, do you know, it does seem tougher than ever. I have my moments, so just seeing that, you know, like I said, whilst I've done a lot of work, spoke about this yesterday, hard work to get myself to a position where I can accept and understand and move forward with things a little bit better, you know, by seeing other people as well, that makes such a difference. By seeing people happy and smiling, you know, it's infectious, isn't it? Do you know, we know that, you know, even when things aren't so tough, it's as infectious as ever right now, believe me. So it was just fantastic to sort of understand that, you know, and pay attention to what others are doing. Do you know, and I kind of had a reoccurrence of that today. I was listening to local radio, and the guy who was doing an interview, it was actually with Scarlett Moffat, the lady from Gogglebox, and it was just really sort of, they were talking about absolute rubbish, and whilst I was listening to it, I was thinking this is all a bit crazy and a bit quirky, talking about food and whether pineapple should be on a pizza and eating chocolate with Scotch eggs, all a bit bizarre. And I kind of let it pass me at first. I was listening to it, but kind of through it. But then afterwards, I kind of listened back and thought, that really put a smile on my face. It made me chuckle afterwards. Do you know, I was busy whilst I was doing it, so I couldn't quite pay full attention. But I listened back and I thought that was really quirky because, again, they was talking about rubbish, and there's so much seriousness going on right now. We don't have to be that way, do we? Do you know, it made me laugh, it made me chuckle, it made me realise that they're there just to entertain us sometimes. Do you know, whilst everybody wants to be an information source, we can all go and find information if we need to. Do you know, these guys were just having a moment where it all wasn't as uptight as it's been recently. Do you know, and it made me actually want to say well done. So I tweeted the radio presenter, do you know, and it was just that thing where it just took me away for a moment and made me realise that we can still laugh, we can still smile. Do you know, I'm always talking about sort of working hard. I'm deadly serious about the things I do, but I also like to think I don't take myself too seriously. Do you know, and that's important, isn't it? Do you know, we've got to keep enjoying these small things that are done for us. You know, and that's partly what the solidarity session's about. Totally accept it's not what it was, but it's something, isn't it? It's a chance to be part of a group. It's a chance to keep working hard. Do you know, I've spoken for the last 8 months about how we can combine things to sort of not making it so monotonous, not make it a chore or boring. Do you know, we can find different ways to sort of make the most of it, encourage ourselves, encourage others, always saying it's about motivating and inspiring people to get involved, and that's definitely what it's about. But what I really wanted to sort of get across today was almost allowing ourselves to listen and get involved in things that we wouldn't normally do. Do you know, because sometimes you might just come out of it and think, I quite enjoyed that, and I really enjoyed what was being said. It was great in a sense as well, because whilst it was a little bit quirky and funny and not very serious, there was a little bit in there where it got serious. And Mark, the radio presenter, he asked Charlotte about Scarlett, not Charlotte. He asked Scarlett about New Year goals and what she was up to, and she just said about people, her best bit of advice was people not taking goals and targets too seriously, and that if they don't quite see them through, don't beat themselves up. You know, we can go again. And that was really nice for me, because it kind of validated a point I made last week on DOdaily. So again, I took so much from that little interview. It was only 5 minutes long, if that, you know, but I took so much from it, and it gave me so much kind of confidence to enjoy the things I'm doing, confidence to keep doing the things I'm doing, and just made me understand that you don't always have to look in the same place for the same inspiration. I know that anyway. I'm always sort of searching for it from new sources, but I just thought it'd be a great example of how we can find it from all kind of different places, you know. And like I say, whether it's that or the snowball fights on Sunday with people smiling, you know, it can make such a difference if you just allow yourself to get involved, to be part of something. You know, there's lots of barriers right now, there's lots of things stopping us getting too close, but there's just a couple of examples of how we can let ourselves go a little bit, you know, and look at things that we wouldn't normally sort of get involved in, you know. And that's my point for that overall, is basically to say, get involved in this solidarity session. Even if you're doing 10 sit-ups in the living room, you know, if you're doing it at 6:30, if you're doing it with everyone else, you know, you're part of something, aren't you? post up those pictures wherever you are. You know, I'll share them across the story. Tag us in. All the links will be at the end of the video as ever. We'll be back tomorrow with a Wednesday workout. There's lots of guys pushing on, doing that fractured marathon. I'm kind of looking forward to it with trepidation. We've got a 10 miler. It's that leg of the fractured marathon, but it'll be completing it. So really looking forward to ticking that one off, knowing I've started the new year in style alongside many others. If you've not been a part of that, of course, it's about just trying to find that midweek motivation to keep us going, keep us attacking the situation, keep pushing on, you know, keep working hard. That's the message really this week. Keep working hard at the serious stuff, at the not so serious stuff. Whatever it is that gets us through is really important. And after that, we've got the Thursday thoughts. If you can post your questions, I'd love you to be part of it. I'll tag you in and I'll try and answer your question the best I can. Nothing too serious, just little bits of information. I'm working hard at trying to involve others, you know, to be part of this as well, to make it a bit more sort of rounded and nice and something for everyone, you know. Whilst we try to encourage activity and involvement in that, you know, it's just about looking in, finding the little bits that can be transferable into everyday life. As I always say, I try to be honest and relatable. So if I can be that, you know, and I can get you involved in as well, that's absolutely fantastic. And then we'll finish the week with Wake Up to Walk. So all I'm going to say, guys, whichever way you do it, make sure you get some Tuesday training in, you know, get active, possibly you not get out because of all these conditions, but whatever you do, get a sweat on, you know, feel like you're part of it, make the most of it, and we'll see you tomorrow. Just doing it.